Hey everyone, so I bet you're wondering at this point, are these products really that good? And I'm here to tell you, yes they are. Now, I'm speaking from experience because I, just like most other people that promote these, uh, have had my own experiences. And it's something that's very personal to me, something that's happened to a family member, but I want to share it with you in hopes that someone that's going through this exact same thing, this might help you. So years ago, I was living with my mom, and it was a regular afternoon, and I remember hearing a crash, and I go into the room and I see my mom just on the floor. I was startled. I wasn't sure why, what happened. I went to help her up, and she was like, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine." And she started to get up, and she crashed again, and she didn't get up this time. I was terrified at this point. I called 911, and ambulance came, and they took her immediately to the hospital. And I was following behind, and I just started having all these thoughts like, is she gonna die? What am I gonna do? Now, for those of you going through something like this or have been through something like this, if you think back, that's pretty terrifying, isn't it? To be experiencing something like that, or to know somebody that's experienced something like that. When we got to the hospital, I went in the room and I saw she was hooked up to all these sensors. And it was really scary because of the fact that she, seeing her in the hospital, she hates hospitals. And she is very big on alternative medicine. And so it was not something that she ever thought she would find herself in that situation. And I remember her leaning up and trying to get out of bed because she was like, "I don't belong here. This is just a nightmare. I'm gonna wake up." And she started getting out of bed, and I had to push her back in bed and tell her, "Mom, no, you have to stay here." And I could see the pain and the agony on her face. And she started crying, and it just tore my heart, just to see her like that. It just tore me up inside. And so, long story short, she was in the hospital for a while, for months. And during those months, she was put on all kinds of medication. And those medication, she was on some pretty high dosage. We found out that she had a stroke. It was a mild stroke, thankfully, but it made it to where, because she had to be on those medications, because of her blood pressure was incredibly high. And that's what gave her that stroke, and her blood sugars as well. And so between the two, she was in very high risk for having another stroke. So they had to keep her in there and try to get that down. So because of that, she was on the high dosage. Now that dosage really messed her up. It really did a lot on her body. And I remember times where she was not even herself because of the dosage, the extreme dosage she was on. And so eventually we were able to get her out of the hospital. The dosage did go down. They were able to get her at least to a point where they didn't have to monitor her constantly, so we were able to monitor at home. And she was in really bad shape. Her activity was so limited. She was able to barely move around, and there were times that she wouldn't even be very coherent. It was very scary. And she was on 5 different medications, including metformin, which is very, very big nowadays. I know a lot of people that are on it, and it is a very serious drug in addition to the other ones, the blood thinners, all that. And it definitely does make it difficult to do certain things, such as lose weight and keep control, of one's faculties. And she was having a lot of issues. And it got to the point where she was just wondering, is she ever going to be normal again? Is she ever going to do everything that she used to do before? Here she was, a businesswoman, And here she goes from being a businesswoman to somebody that can barely take care of themselves. And it was very difficult. She was a slave to these medications. And as I know so many people are nowadays, I mean, if you think about how many people you've known in your life that are on all these medications. I used to work for a place that did that. And I tell you right now, the amount of medications that I would have to see people on, we range from 10 to 20 medications. And it was very difficult to see that and know my mom was actually kind of on that path to having multiple medications, and who knows what would happen in the future with her being on that continually. And so at this point we realized we need to make a change. She started looking at multiple things, hopefully for some kind of supplement to help her through this. And we came across the longevity. And we had tried a couple before, but not, to no avail, nothing that was giving her that, what she needed. And so when we came across longevity and we saw the promise, the 90 essential minerals for life and what it did, and the testimonials, we knew we had to give it a try. And so we did. And I have to say, it changed our lives, especially my mom's life. Within a few weeks, she was able to lower the dosage even more, to the point where, some of those she didn't have to take the medication hardly at all, some of the medications. And the blood pressure and blood sugar started to go down. Her energy increased. Her health seemed to be increasing. And every single month from that point on, the dosage would go down even more. Her health would increase even more. And we would see these significant effects. And within 6 months, she was able to go from being on all of those medications to none of them. She was able to completely eliminate that. That was amazing to me to see that, because I had never before encountered, a product that could actually do that could in 6 months just completely make it so you didn't have any of that, have any medication. And so that was fantastic to me to see. So basically at that point, I started taking that product myself, and I have to tell you, I have never felt better in my life with being on those 90 essential minerals right there. That has really, really helped my overall energy and my, just in feeling a lot healthier. And I absolutely love that. And so as you can see, I promote that myself because I want to share that message. And I've had friends that I have shared that message with. I had one friend that had tinnitus, which is extreme ringing in the ears. And it's very, very painful. And he started taking this stuff, and this is the only thing that has cured that tinnitus, that makes it to that tinnitus does not flare back up. When he does not take it, it flares back up because of what the minerals do. And I've had many, many friends that have taken it for different things. I have family members that take it for fibromyalgia, and it really, really helps with that. So if you think of somebody that is going through that exact same thing, whether it's fibromyalgia, tinnitus, a stroke, or any chronic condition, I'm telling you right now, this is the answer to that. And you will see significant results with it because of the promise of the 90 essential minerals. And so I wanted to share that with you, and I hope that really helps. Now down below my video, you will see a button to a link, and that link will be to my page. Now my page, you'll see if you click on it, I definitely recommend you browsing through my page. You'll see the Tangy Tangerine, which is the staple of the 90 essential minerals. When you go through, you can learn more. In fact, I urge you to learn more about it. And when you want to shop and look at the products, it'll immediately take you to the page where it'll go through on, you'll see the Healthy Body Start Packs. Now the Healthy Body Start Packs are the 90 essential minerals. There are many variants, so if you want to scroll through, feel free to scroll through. You'll see ones for bone and joint, you'll see one for digestive system, circulation, things like that. A lot of different variants, but the 90 essential minerals staple is within the Healthy Body Start Pack, which are the 3 products. And those I would highly recommend you doing, because that will change your life. I guarantee it. And you can do it in multiple ways. You can do it in a shake. You can take them. They have liquid form, powder form, all kinds. So mix up, however you want. But I definitely urge you looking through the site and then definitely getting those products if you are in that situation, or if you just want to get healthy. If you want something that will give you more energy and make you feel like you want to be healthy, then by all means, this is for you too. This is for anyone that wants overall health. And I guarantee you this is going to give that to you. I only do these videos, I'm only doing this video because I want to help people. I'm obviously not a professional speaker, but I do enjoy helping others. And so if this video can help you or help a loved one that's going through the same thing, then by all means, that is exactly why I'm doing this, and that I would highly recommend you looking at this. And if you hadn't, please go through and sign up so I can send you more information on your email, because I think the more informed you are about the products we have multiple products. I think that will be fantastic for you guys to see. And I definitely urge you guys to get all the information you can, but certainly I'm telling you this right now, it is the best stuff. So anyways, thank you again for watching this video, and hope to see you on my site. Thank you.